All right, consider this. Two retirees, let's call them Sarah and Mike, both worked for 30 years, both saved diligently, both retired with exactly $500,000. But 1 year later, Mike is staring at an account showing $450,000. Meanwhile, Sarah's celebrating with $510,000. The difference? $60,000. And you know what? The scariest part? They made just one different decision. Stay tuned, because this mistake is costing millions of Americans their retirement dreams right now, and you could be next. So what I just shared, it isn't just a hypothetical. It's happening right now to retirees across America. With the market's historic run these past 2 years, you might be feeling, pretty good about your retirement savings. Look, the S&P 500 shot up 26% in 2023, followed by another 25% in 2024, and that's according to Yahoo Finance. But here's what should keep you up at night. Even Warren Buffett, the world's most famous investor, is sitting on a record $325 billion in cash. Why? Because he sees something that most people are missing. Let's face it, 2025 is bringing unprecedented challenges for retirees. Medical costs are skyrocketing. Inflation is eating away at your savings, and Social Security, well, let's just say the change is coming might not be in your favor. But here's the real kicker. Trying to time the market is like trying to catch a falling knife while juggling. You need to be right twice. When to get out and when to get back in. And look, most people get it wrong. And I have seen it happen way too many times. So look, take a look at this chart put out by JP Morgan. It shows that in a 20-year period from 2002 to 2021, the S&P 500 had an average return of 9.5%, while the average investor's return was just 3.6%. Why is that? Well, it suggests that people are trying to time the market, getting out at the wrong time, getting back in at the wrong time, instead of staying the course. Hey, remember Sarah and Mike from earlier? Let me show you exactly what happened. Both retired at the same time. Both had $500,000. The only difference, Mike kept all of his money in high-risk investments, believing bigger risks meant bigger rewards. Well, Sarah, she used something called the bucket approach. When the market dropped 10%, Mike lost $50,000 right when he needed to start withdrawing money. Now, with some careful planning and how Sarah's accounts were allocated, she actually gained 2% in this hypothetical example. This isn't just about numbers. It's about sleeping at night. Here's a question I ask every client that usually stops them in their tracks, and that is, do you treat all your retirement savings the same? Now, most people will nod yes and say they do. Then I ask them if they'd invest their grocery money the same way they invest their grandchild's college fund. That's when it clicks. You wouldn't gamble with next month's mortgage. So why gamble with the money you need right when you retire? Now, before I show you how you could help protect your money like Sarah did, let's cover the 5 cardinal rules of retirement investing. Rule number 1, markets have always recovered. But can you wait that long? Rule number 2, never ever pay your bills from a growth fund. Rule number 3, bad decisions hurt more than bad markets. Just ask Mike. Rule number 4, only take risks you actually need to take. And rule 5, my personal favorite, having a strategy and a plan for income in retirement, that beats just winging it. Remember, hope is not a plan. Now, here's what Sarah did right. She used the bucket approach. So think of your retirement savings like water storage for a long drought. You need 3 buckets. Your first bucket is your lifeline. It's for the next 3 to 5 years of expenses. So consider using this money in investments like money market accounts which right now currently are paying around 4%. Now your second bucket is for years 6 through 10. This is your what I call balance bucket. Some stocks, some bonds, some cash, nothing too crazy. Your third bucket, that's your growth engine for years 11 and beyond. This is where you could be, more aggressive because time is on your side. Now let me share a personal story. I recently helped a client who they overfunded their kids' 529 college plan. So instead of pulling the money out, we treated it like a long-term bucket, aggressive investments for the future grandchildren. Why? Because this money wouldn't be needed for 20 plus years. Same money, different timeline, different strategy. Remember Sarah and Mike? The difference between them wasn't luck. It was strategy. Look, you've worked too hard to leave your retirement to chance. If you like what you're seeing so far, check out this next video. Subscribe to the channel. Lord willing, we'll see you next time.